Hi guys, it's Vito Vengeance again, and just a little fact, something I'm going to do, T54 review. I really like this tank, and I think it's awesome. I don't have it upgraded full yet. I have the good engine and the good turret, but I have the stock gun and the stock suspension and the stock radio. But today's video is about being a good artillery player, and I learned this stuff from I was in my Hummel and almost got my GW Panther. I started learning this stuff because before it was everything just sitting in the nearest bush when the battle started, and just shooting enemies that got spotted. But I realized that this is not how you should play an artillery. I mean, you can play it like this, but you won't get as good results as when I don't know, playing it more pro. Okay, so first thing when you start an artillery match is finding the best position. Finding a position where you can just when you can cover as much of the map as you can, and this is very important, and you will probably keep this position for the entire game, except relocating, but when I'll explain a little bit later what relocating is. Secondly, after you found this very good spot when you can cover most of the map, you'll have to pre-aim. Pre-aiming is thinking where your enemies will most likely be spotted by your allies, and just put your target there and wait for them to be spotted. So like when they are spotted, you won't have to move your target and wait then to aim and all that stuff. You will already be aimed, and you will just have to shoot. Also, after shooting, bear in mind that some enemy artillery players might see your tracer. Traces is the bullet. I don't know, not the bullet. The line. There is something like a light that comes out of the gun when you fire, and the enemy artillery players can see it if they are looking at the sector where you are at, and if they see where it came from, they can just shoot there and might kill you. So my advice is that every time you should also move a little bit, 3 or 4 meters, because some artillery is like something like the GW Panther, for example, has doesn't rise, but it has about 3.5 meters of splash damage. So if they shoot there, you should be at least 5 meters away, so that you are not in any danger of taking damage. Next thing you should know when playing artillery is prioritizing targets. This means that if you for example see a medium and next to it a tank destroyer and next to it an artillery, you should first shoot at the artillery because it is probably the most dangerous from your team and the easiest to kill. Then you should shoot at the tank destroyer, and only then at the medium tank. So you have to know what is most dangerous for your team, what is easier to kill, and what is easier to damage, because for example a lot of tank destroyers have a very weak side armor, and they are easier to damage because the high explosive shell can actually penetrate and do more than 1000 damage. So the order in which you should prioritize targets is from the most important to the least important: SPGs, tank destroyers, heavy tanks, medium tanks, and light tanks. But if you see, for example, a light tank that is passive scouting and he doesn't know he has been spotted, try to kill him, because he can be a real threat for your team and for you later on if he decides to come and spot you. Next thing should be knowing where you are most important for a team, because after all your role is supporting, and you have to know where your team mostly needs you and just shoot there. For example, if you see that a flank is collapsing and there is only 1 or 2 tanks holding it and a lot of heavy tanks, you should immediately focus there and try to destroy the enemy things, because a lot of times you can change the course of the battle by doing this. And also, if there are, for example, two spots where the battle is going on and they're pretty equal in forces, you should choose the side which is closer to you, because for example they can accidentally spot you if you're not hide it well enough, or someone might want to make a run for it, and so you should always be careful to the closest battle, not that closest fight to your position. Also, something I noticed a lot of artillery players do, and it's pretty bad they did this. For example, if there is a light tank circling a heavy tank, don't shoot if he's still circling, because you might actually kill your own ally, and the heavy tank will not only survive without losing any health, but you also lost your light tank. And my advice is you should wait for your light tank to go away and then shoot the heavy tank. This is the safest thing to do. Yeah, so I'll just show some stuff, and yes, I'll show you some of my GW Panther games, so you can make an idea how. But this was the theory. Now let's take a look and see how you can actually apply this into a real battle. Let's go. So here we are on Karelia. This is actually a tank company, but this pretty much sums up what I've said before, and yeah, so we'll get to see this in action. First things first, finding the best position. Given the fact that there is a mountain here, I have to go where this mountain is not blocking my range of fire, and the best spot to do this is probably not here. First of all, I wanted to stop here, but I saw that I didn't really have such a big range, so I decided I should join the other artilleries and go on to this spot in this little bush. But again, I decided this is not good, and I finally make my choice, and this is in fact the last bush that I'm in fact not even a bush. This is the position where I am. So right now I see this guy, but I'm sure there will be more of them here, so I'm start pre-aiming and just wait for them to be spotted. Another T-34 appears on my radar, but I can't shoot him yet. Then I notice the artillery, and I think, oh, so fast, the artillery has been so fast detected. Well, take this. This is a present for me. From me, sorry. But a thing that I'm not doing is this battle is relocating, and it is simply because they only have one artillery left, and I'm sure that that artillery has other business other than waiting for us to shoot and counter us, because there are a lot of heavies spotted here, and he has other better things to do. So here I spot an M6. See, because I was already pre-aimed and I had my aim circle very small, and I didn't have to wait to aim it for it to get smaller. This is also a good thing about the DW Panther, because it has such a small such a big firing arc, and it is so you don't have to move the entire tank to cover to go to shoot in another spot, because it almost has 90 degrees to move its gun 45 to the left, 45 to the right, not 90, a little bit smaller, but you get it, you get the general idea. This is also a very good fact about the SU-26 and the bat shot. So right here I'm actually on a killing streak in a tank company, 4 kills already, 1111 damage. This is a new mod I got, and it's actually pretty cool because it shows how many seconds you have your shell needs to reach the target. This is prioritizing because instead of shooting tank destroyers that were in the field, I decided to shoot it as artillery, and even though I missed, it's the idea that I try to shoot it. This is how you should prioritize targets. So arty first, arty always first. Also there is a tank destroyer in the field, but I decided to shoot this AMX because AMXs are so easily penetrated and I can deal a lot of damage to him. See, 658, so almost 1800 damage until now. He's out of range. I could shoot that heavy tank up there, but I decided to shoot the tank destroyers because then this tank destroyer is easier to kill and is a lot more dangerous to my team than the other ones. Someone got him before me, and if I had got this guy, this was a Top Gun battle, so yeah, I just spoiled it. I've got 5 kills. So this is actually going pretty good, 10-3, and yeah, and take a look at this shot. 980 damage, the high explosive shell penetrated. This is the GW Panther power. So thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more awesome videos like this. It really helps me if you like this video and subscribe it. Tell your friends, and have a nice day.